Hey guys, my name is Bando, this is Brexit Bando, and today is Thursday, so that can only mean Heresy Thursday. So yes, it looks like we have yet another disappointing Heresy Thursday, because not only do we not have a Heresy Thursday at all, we don't even get a stupid Solar Auxilia colour scheme filler issue. How hard would it be to drop, say, I don't know, some studio images of the new Close Combat set, actually put on some models? Take some photos of what the studio guys have been working on. We know they get access to these kits long before we do. So just do this article again, but with all the studio guys' own stuff. Oh, here's Big Dave's Dark Angels. Look at him with his two-handed heavy chainsword. Oh, here's Jeremy's Blood Angels with all these power weapons. That's, like, come on, it's not difficult. I'm I did the old man thing. I wrote an angry letter today. I actually emailed GW's customer service and just said, your premium hobby is really starting to hurt from a subpar lack of effort. That's basically what I said. I wasn't rude, I wasn't shouty, I just literally said, premium hobby, not much effort on your part. And that's true, because the more I look at this and the more I see how, as a Heresy fan, it feels like I'm being treated, the less inclined I am to pick these models up. The less inclined am I to rush out and buy this the moment it comes out. Because I'll just wait until China gets it now. And GW will see none of my money. And I'll continue to publish the idea of 3D printing and buying models from other places and buying second-hand models. And people will go, oh yeah, that's just hurting the industry, you'll just kill Games Workshop by this. And I don't care. Suffer. Deal with it. You've alienated most of my audience. From what I can see, from what you guys tell me, most of you guys aren't buying new stuff from GW and haven't for quite some time. And that's fine. Because every day 3D print providers are popping out new models that are increasing quality every single day. If you've been keeping up with any of the 3D printed stuff, you'll be seeing the stuff about the new, is it Bamboo XC1? That's putting out FDM plastic miniatures. And basically the quality resin printers were putting out about 5 years. That should terrify Games Workshop, because an FDM printer is considerably more user-friendly than a resin printer. It's a lot harder to scare people when you don't have to worry about toxic chemicals. And they go, yeah, just don't stay in the room with the hot liquid plastic, or just open a window. Oh wow, that's terrifying and really scary. I'm going to go print my entire Zone Mortalis board in like a week. Bye. Yeah, just... there is every day I am more convinced the only solution that's going to end is GW's folding their miniatures and becoming just a brand. They'll become a lifestyle brand. They'll become a franchise brand. That's all it'll be. The models will get shuffled off and made smaller and smaller and more boutique and more boutique. 40k will still be there, but it'll be given less and less, time and effort. And eventually, Heresy will probably be cancelled. Old World or AOS will get cancelled. All the specialist games will probably get cancelled. Actually, they'll probably get bought out. I reckon something like Blood Bowl will get bought out by someone. They get bought out by Fantasy Flight Games or someone. And they'll shift them. They'll outsource it to someone. The amount of money they're pumping into this stuff. And if they start seeing more and more and more people turning against it and turning away from it and going to alternatives, the shareholders will panic. They'll bleed the company dry. And they'll just tell them constantly, more profit, more profit, more profit. And it won't last. You've got to put some effort in. And it's very clear that there's very little effort to be put in. Going back, like the other day, we talked about old white dwarfs. I've looked through some old white dwarfs, and just the level of quality compared to... I literally was in Tesco's, I think it was yesterday. It was either yesterday or the day before. And I just... Okay, there's a copy of White Dwarf here with an orc on the front. I'll just pick it up and have a quick flick through. Yeah, it feels nice. It's a good quality magazine, but there was no soul to it. Like, oh yeah, look, there's some thick cardboard freebies in the back. Ooh. They used to give us an orc watchtower made of cardboard once. They literally used to give you pop-out terrain you could build. Rules all the time. Free miniatures from time to time as well. I popped into my local game store and I was like, I'm here to buy a paint. None of this. I mean, I looked at a Kratos and it was over £70 and I'm like, it's a plastic tank, it shouldn't cost 70 quid. I was like, I started adding it up the other day at the armies I want to build and I'm like, hang on. My little sister's just bought herself a PlayStation 5. And I'm looking at like a 1,500 point army and it would cost the same as that PlayStation 5. I'm just like, you know what? I know which one I'd rather get. I don't want to be this negative Nancy all the time. I don't want to moan about all this stuff. There is good stuff here. Like this here, the Leaked Fugan, the Dragon, the Fire Lord. This is a fantastic miniature. This is a faithful update of a classic model. And I really, really like it. Everything about it's good. You know, this post on Reddit even had... well, there were posts on Reddit that had images of the sprues and of the build instructions, everything. And, you know, the base, he's got a big dioramic base, but he's also completely separate from it. His feet aren't stuck to the base like some models. They're learning. I'm just thinking they're learning a bit too slowly. Like it. If all the Exarchs and... Sorry, no, all the Phoenix Lords improve like this, banger. Really looking forward to seeing the spiders. Really looking forward to seeing the spiders. Some of my favourite aspect warriors ever. And I've never got them because I can't get on with the idea of the models as they are. They're not dynamic enough for me. But these I like. So put some effort in. I spend an absolute fortune on this hobby. As people have seen on my posts on the community tab, I have just started my 15th Heresy army. 15! Okay, I've got a problem. You know? But, it doesn't mean I've only got 15 Warhammer armies. I've got a lot more than that. I've had a lot more than that in the past. I want to put effort in. I'm putting a lot of effort in, but I'll tell you what, like, I'm really liking the idea of doing some lizard men. But one-page rules is definitely calling to me a lot more than GW is nowadays. I got the money I've made through this channel, and I don't want to brag. I haven't touched it. I can't figure out the tax stuff. YouTube won't let me touch it until I figure out the tax stuff. So I'm waiting for some help to figure that out so I can actually get to the money from this. I've been doing this for a couple of years now, so, you know, and I've had some really successful videos that I'm very proud of, and I've had some very generous donations from the community, and I love those guys bitterly. You know, you are absolutely my fam for doing that. I love you guys. I could quite happily go out and buy a very expensive 3D printer and not worry about this anymore. But I kind of don't want to. I want to buy Games Workshop models. I like the setting. I want the company to do well. But at some point you have to admit you're in an abusive relationship here. Even a post that just said, hey guys, something's come up. We're not going to do Heresy Thursday this week. Or you just have an article like this on standby at all times. You have a filler standby, You know, a couple of them, 2 or 3 of them. So if something goes wrong, you literally can go to your web guy and go, just post this one. And that's it. No one's going to complain if you posted one of these articles and then 20 minutes later you're like, oh, we got it working again, and then posted an article showing off something new. No one would complain. There's going to be no damage to your reputation. No, don't listen to any consultant saying that that would be negative in any way, shape or form. All you would do is build goodwill. I know that there's a load more of these guys out there. And these look fantastic, by the way. There is a brilliant... I'm going to go find it because I think it's fantastic. And do you know what one of the most annoying thing about these Joy Toy models is? That a lot of the time the poses on them are better than the model they're based on. And here it is. Look at the pose on this absolute cracker. Give me a Tartarus Terminator that is like jogging like this. That is such a cool, unique pose. It's uniquely Blood Angels. You know, it's aggressive but not too aggressive. He's not treading on the toes of like the World Eaters. You know. But that's fantastic. That's really cool. And if you haven't seen them, there's also these guys. So these are really cool. I mean, they're not like 60 quid each. Cool. I'd love to get them. I'm not buying them. They're too expensive for me. And, you know, there's the nipple tax. So, yeah. I mean, throw something like this. Also, Sanguinius with a shotgun is the funniest thing ever. It's like, it's giving Major Hobo with a shotgun vibes. There's no excuse for not putting out a Heresy Thursday article. You've got a huge community. You know, you've got stuff you've taken, pictures you've taken for White Dwarf from community members. Now, there's got to be stuff that you've taken photos of that hasn't made the cut to go into White Dwarf. Throw that up there. Do a throwback. There's White Dwarfs that have got guys making Heresy armies as far back as 2005. Go find those. Dig those out of the archives and throw those pictures up and say, hey, this is, you know, look at this. This is a 19-year-old Heresy army. 19 years. I know this because I literally went and looked at it earlier today. Yeah. I know we've had all the problems with, like, Golden Demon as well. I'm really confused what's going on. Is everyone just on holiday? Is it close to Christmas? It's only 2 months away, guys, you know. I don't know. I really don't. Because, like, on one hand, you've got some phenomenal stuff. Like, the squats in Necromunda are brilliant. And then, you know, some of your animation stuff is doing really, really well. And then there's just zero effort. Zero. Are you punishing us? Is that it? Is this the community being punished because the Heresy community are the ones that are pushing the 3D printing? They're pushing the third party. They're pushing the recasts because, you know, we can't get our models from anywhere. Right it? Is that why we're all out of stock because you're just not bothering to make it anymore? I mean, it's feeling like it. I know some people will defend Games Workshop and they'll say that I'm wildly overreacting. And I can see where you're coming from. But you are allowed to be passionate. You know, you are allowed to go, no, this is unacceptable, this is my hobby, I want it done in this way. And anyone who shames you for being passionate about things probably doesn't have anything they are passionate about in their life. And I will ruffle some feathers by saying that, because I've done it before. And I've seen these people in the comments and they get very angry. Because I'm right. And they prove I'm right every time. So thanks for the engagement. What do you think? You disappointed? Were you looking forward to Heresy Thursday? Because I do. Not only does it mean I get to make a nice video about something, I get to see new Heresy stuff, even the Legion Imperialis stuff that I'm not a big fan of. It's nice to see something new. You got 2 new big Legion Imperialis releases. Why not show some studio painted versions of that? Get the designers to tell us about the new Dark Mechanicum stuff and, you know, some of the struggles they had in the design process. Peek behind the curtain at the manufacturing process, that sort of thing. Do you agree? Do you feel that there is a minimum effort coming out of Games Workshop for the Heresy? Let me know what you think in the comments. As always, guys, I appreciate anyone who watches these videos. If you made it all the way to the end, I don't know, say pink Croxigal. Thanks, guys. Have a great day. Bye-bye.